welcome to the 13th episode of Ladies of Middle-earth. With me are my players who will now do a round of introductions, and we will go in the order I have you all on screen, so we are starting with Violet.
Hi everyone, my name is Violet. I play Muriel. Muriel is an elven noble who is a little too full of herself and the king sometimes, but she means well. She has a good heart. She has a huge crush on Aislinn, but is like, will not tell anyone about it. But it's kind of obvious. And also, if you want to find me anywhere, my everything is at Very Violet, VERY, no extra E, except Instagram where there's like a period in there. But
Okay, with that we are moving over to Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla. I play Phelan or Faye, and she's a woodwoman of the Wilderlands with absolutely no money, and she formerly had no friends, but she's got some friends now, and maybe an elven waifu in the future. Tune in to see. That's all I got.
We're very into weddings here. Okay, Kira?
Hi there, I'm Kira. I play Zistari, the former guardian of the Silver Springs in Lothlorien and current bumbling Disney princess. If you want to find me anywhere, you can find me playing D&D-based things over at twitch.tv/CampfireStoriesDND, youtube.com/CampfireStoriesDND, and you'll catch me doing some of my own individual gaming at the newly rebranded twitch.tv/SheIsMedieval.
Nice. And Anara?
Yeah, I'm Anara, and I can't remember the last time I had adequate food or sleep. Doing great. I play Aislinn, who also probably doesn't get adequate sleep. I'm pretty sure she eats well, though. And I am a shield maiden of Rohan, and I just I stab things and try not to talk unless I have to, which happens a lot because I'm from Rohan and that's where we're adventuring. And that never creates any sort of problems. Yeah, if you want to find me next week, that'd be great. There are places and stuff under Anara, but I got so much going on. Thanks.
Okay, and I am Loremistress LadyBug. I can be found virtually anything on the internet as Loremistress LadyBug, though I'm not always very active. It varies from time to time. And all the links mentioned will be in the description if my dear players send me those. And yeah, and that's about it about me. And now Kira, I believe, will give us a recap of what was happening last time.
Yes, I have, as is pretty well known for me at this point, Kira's marvelous notes, which state the following. Eogar has to deal with the Dunkaroos, which he hates. He burnt a bunch of villages in the West Marches in retribution. The king ordered Eogar to offer a truce to the Dunasses in West March. The women and the herders of the Ditzy-Doos were trading. The men were raiders. Peace good, revenge bad. I also have that one on there. Leofward, because Tolkien can never write a dude named Carl.
You don't make your own language to name people normal things.
Valid. Leofward, son of Beoward, stops us at a guard area where shadow seems to have taken hold. They all kind of seem like assholes. The Dinkies' village was burnt to the ground. They tried to rebuild, and the orcs nearby killed the rest.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so we're doing something by order of the king again, right?
No.
Not
the king.
We are not under the king's orders.
Not this time. Damn it.
We are under the orders of a guy who is under the orders of the king and is kind of sort of passed those orders down to us.
Therefore, by the transitive property.
Well, is it transitive or associative?
I don't know. Therefore, by some mathematical property, we are under.
We're bubbly, charismatic, and very gay, but we're not all smart.
Something trickle down economics. I don't know.
Yeah, carry
It's been
the
a hot minute. I do have a degree in mathematics.
I don't.
I haven't taught 4th grade mathematics in a really long time. I've been in advanced calculus.
Also, apparently, we all have a wedding dar where we just are finding all of the weddings in Middle Earth,
and then get drunk at them 100%.
And then play Never
getting
Have I
drunk
Ever. That's my favorite game.
That's the real journey, is find wedding, get drunk, flirt, repeat. This is what you come for. And
Zestari and Phelan are very much on the seesaw of will they finalize their relationship, or will Phelan go into a full-on depression before Zesty can tell her she can be immortal?
I feel like Phelan was cool with the whole I'm gonna die thing. It was Zesty who was upset about the whole Phelan.
No, Phelan was very not okay with
moment?
it in the last wedding crash.
Phelan was very stressed out about the possibility, but
yeah, she was drunk and sad.
If I recall correctly, it was also brought up in a abrupt manner. It was not a let's ease into the mortality conversation. It was just
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, subtlety is not exactly our selling point.
Oh no.
This is why she had no friends before you.
Who bothers with that? Not us.
Fact?
But hey, maybe Phelan can be not mortal that much.
I'm fucked.
I mean, Muriel knows this, and Muriel told Zesty. Zesty, I don't think has told Phelan yet, though.
Zesty's holding out.
Not yet.
Zesty is time and place. We are currently already kind of stressed out about the shit we have to do. It's hey, when I have some time alone, maybe over dinner, maybe not
over a romantic candlelit dinner, perhaps?
Maybe.
Hold up. When did Zesty get a sense of timing? Because I missed that.
When she started adventuring with y'all. She was I think I've learned a little something about socials, which is if we have to go and deal with the da-da-da-da-nas, then let's go ahead and deal with them first, and then discuss immortality and forever love.
What a way to learn social skills from these 3 characters.
I'll have you guys know I am extremely charismatic IRL. I don't know what this game does to me.
I'll have you guys know that I am not at all charismatic IRL. But Muriel's got good charismatic stats.
Does.
Powerful,
I'll let you decide whether I'm
autistic,
charismatic
queer.
IRL.
By our powers combined, we are the fair ladies of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
All right.
And I pass it on to you, Loremistress LadyBug.
What are we doing?
You tell me. You were last time you were in a village and you just discovered that it was first raided by the guys from the camp you met. Then it started rebuilding and got raided by orcs midway. Making it absolutely fucking empty. Not a single soul alive. A lot of dead bodies. A lot of destruction. Which I believe caused at least one of you to gain a temporary shadow point.
I do not have any temporary shadow points.
Yes, I always forget that.
I got one just for mouthing off, so.
Immediately
I'm salty about it. Don't worry.
That was 2 months ago, and you're definitely over it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
isn't that well?
So the village is currently absolutely shit skid. I already talked to the stones and the pebbles around here to ask them, if they saw which way did they go. George, which way did they go? Didn't really get a lot of useful information, which is, par for the course of speaking to pebbles.
Quiet for anyone else.
What?
what?
You just got really quiet out of nowhere, but it might just be me.
Yeah, for a second there, but
It was a tiny, yeah.
But yeah, we're now here The guys who stopped us, we're far away from them, right?
Oh, yes, by now, yes. You're at least, like, I think a day of road away from them. Meaning it's about to be evening. And you need to find a place to sleep.
Should we sleep
I
with
mean,
the corpses?
I was about to say, you can sleep in the
What?
village if you want.
Maybe we should like move the corpses out of one of the houses and like just sleep in one of the houses.
Can we use one of our skills, like explore or search or something like that, to maybe find a place?
Explore would be good to find a place to sleep.
Okay.
I got you, homies, unless someone else wants to do it.
I mean, I think we can all explore, right? We can all try to find it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Zesty's good at it. So is Phelan. Definitely not Muriel.
Mariel has no idea where to go. She's like, this is so different from where I'm from.
Dad.
And Anara is decent at it. So Anara, you know for sure that maybe staying inside the village not a good idea. Muriel doesn't see a problem with that.
Mariel likes shelter.
Meanwhile, Phelan and Zesty, you have found an empty, abandoned cave in the woods nearby. So that's a decent place to sleep.
We know our forests, man. Like, we're like,
This reminds me of home, sleeping in empty caves by corpses.
Yeah, only the forest near your home, those caves never stay empty for a long time.
I can relate to everything except for the corpses part. I mean, like, we had houses, obviously, but sometimes I would just sleep outside because it was fun, and you could see stars and all of that kind of stuff.
Did you say you found a cave? I love caves.
We have caves, yes.
I love caves. Caves are great.
An elf who loves caves. I mean, okay, you're from the Mirkwood, so those elves do live in a gigantic cave, so made by dwarves of all people.
She feels
funny.
safe in caves. They remind her of home.
This one isn't maybe that luxurious as the one that you have back home. Not even fucking remotely close. But it is a cave.
Warn the bad luck.
Do we see any sort of animal tracks that would lead us to believe animals also use this?
As I told you when you found the cave, it is abandoned.
Ah, we love to see it.
Isn't anymore.
I'm going to attempt to obfuscate our tracks as well, just kind of as we go.
Sounds like a good idea. In case, I don't know, orcs come back.
Yeah! And they're like, oh, that looks like the tracks of food.
They do like to eat people.
They do.
Yeah, we'll have to go on like watches, right? Because we're not staying in civilization.
We should probably do that. That sounds
Maybe.
like a
Probably.
Yeah.
That's your choice to make.
Yeah, I think that we probably should. Because normally we've been
Vaguely
staying in like
threatening.
nice places. We've been staying in like hotels. We've been staying in
Oh,
Ace
my
Hotel.
threatening. I'm just being nice.
It's been, yeah. You know, it's been a while since we've just kind of roughed it, you know, been out in nature. It's nice.
Yeah, I really like caves. It's not as nice as caves I've seen in the past. That it's like really not as nice as some caves in the past, but it is cave. I do like caves.
It's very kind of like naturally occurring. You can see where like some burrows were like way back when like there were animals here.
I am curious if all elves use so many words to say things when less words would say the thing.
Oh, I'm using a lot less words than a lot of people in Lothlorien would use.
That's true. It's we are using more words than you, but I do think we are using less words than we would in elven cases, like in around with other elven company. Yeah.
Very kind of poetic culture. But you really get like the mental imagery of the place they're trying to describe.
You know, if you can make images in your head, but I cannot make images in my head, so I don't get any mental images.
Oh, that's interesting. I find that interesting.
Yeah, some people can, some people can't. It's just the way you think.
Yeah. Who wants to take the first watch then?
Are we doing it in pairs, or are we doing it like one at a time?
I mean, I guess we could do it in pairs, right? Like first half of the night, first and second half of the night.
And that way you're not alone. Like, because what if somebody comes and like there's three of us sleeping and then one's awake and then you're like, I don't know what to do. That'd be.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I mean, two people can look in two different directions.
That's true. You could like sit back to back, have a little campfire chat.
I love that. I'll take first if someone wants to partner up with me.
I'll take first watch with you. That's fine. I'd really rather sleep in.
I don't
Yeah.
think
All
that's
right.
for you.
That's an interesting pairing. That's not the pairing.
You
that
disappointed, Muriel?
What? No, I'm not disappointed. I think Zesty might be that. Zesty likes to hang out with
I mean,
someone else.
Are you saying this like where I can hear it? Like, can I hear you talking about? Like, I
You know what? I think you should
later,
roll me
but-
something. You should probably roll me something to see if you heard that part of conversation.
Okay. Awareness seems like a good
Yeah.
thing to roll for that.
Yeah, that would be exactly it.
Oh hell yeah! I heard
Yeah.
every bit of it. So
That's
I don't.
exactly it.
I don't look exactly offended, but I like like to sleep later. Was there
Yeah, but
not
I mean,
cool? Do we need?
Aislinn knows that Zesty and Phelan like each other. Like, it's not like a secret. Like, we
What's
all
a watch? You're just gonna sit and watch. Is it a like? I didn't know it was a thing.
I mean, I also I do like hanging out with Aislinn.
Thank you.
No,
I was
it's
kind of
fine,
starting to
so-
wonder, like, if you didn't want me to, and Muriel.
No,
knew
no, not at
something that
all.
I, didn't.
I mean-
I thought Muriel didn't want to hang out with me, so I'm right there
Right.
with you.
Like, everyone's offended and confused. Yes.
I think
All right, whatever. I'm going to sleep.
Muriel's best friend, and Phelan is Zesty's crush. So, like, Muriel just thought that it was either going to be Phelan or her watching, so she was, like, very shocked when Aislinn was like, I'll do it. Like, she was shocked by
you had the chance
Well,
to
yes, understood.
offer.
I will be right back.
Okay.
I think we figured it out.
Yeah,
I was
no,
gonna
like,
say you
Muriel
had the chance to offer to join me.
I gave a solid 2-second pause.
I was worried for a second that no one was going to say
And
anything.
I was feeling that awkwardness, and I was like, nah, fam, it's cool. I don't care. I can have a conversation with any of you. Apparently, not everyone feels the same way, but that's fine. I will start a fire, and then I'll sit down.
We should
at the
probably-
edge of the cave.
We should probably keep our conversations low, though, to not attract any attention. But yeah, I mean, if
I
you
lower my
guys
voice.
wanna start your rests, and Aislinn, maybe you can teach me like a defensive stance to take, just in case there's any danger.
I mean, you've certainly learned about horses, so that's something. You're much better with horses or at least with horse.
I
but
have.
that-
Me and Valentine get along well.
That first one might not have been your fault. Sometimes they're like that, like women. Sometimes they just are not easy to get along with.
I guess that's true. You can't get along with everyone, but I think I made a good effort.
No,
And
I don't think it was your fault that the horse absolutely hated you.
absolutely hated.
And we
Oh,
have Violet.
I was wondering. They were frozen for a while.
yeah.
And now, as we bed down for the night, except for Zastari and Aislinn, who are taking first watch,
Muriel and Phelan are going to sleep. Good night.
we're just like, okay, so how does like a night watch work? Do we like sit back to back, or?
I mean, it's a cave, so there's only one way out. So we can.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we can kind of sit inside the cave and then just both look at the cave entrance. That would be my suggestion. I'm not going to say that I have been a shield maiden of Rohan and I have taken watches before. I have, but I wasn't going to say that. But that was how I would do it, is I would sit here by the fire and look out. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, most of like the watches that I've done, it's more like stargazing. It's more like, I lay on my back in like a really nice meadow, and I look up at the stars, and sometimes I
Do you
count them.
do you have to worry about the stars attacking you when you're asleep? Is that
N-
the
Do you only watch things that might kill you?
I mean, when I'm taking watch, yes. Like I'm really looking for things that might kill me, or might kill horses. Also, that's important.
I guess that is also true. No, I don't. Not a lot of people want to attack. Well, like the spring or like me. It's more just making sure that like the spring is being respected, and that the waters are not defiled.
How does one defile the spring waters?
Um, well, um, like super young elves might feel that rebellious stage, and y'all can't see side conversations, but girl, you gonna get me in trouble.
Okay, so I can chat during the session, but y'all aren't allowed to anymore because y'all
Um,
can't control your faces.
well, yeah, so like, like some people would, go swimming for perhaps like nefarious purposes, or maybe they don't have like permission to be there by our leader, but they get like really curious. Pretty.
Two questions.
Sure.
What are nefarious spring purposes?
You know, um, I'm not super good at like talking about the kind of stuff, but like, like it's mostly supposed to be like a place of waiting and meditation and not activity.
Oh, so like you're not supposed to pee in the spring.
That's yeah, kind of like that's also a thing. Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, if people are waiting in the spring, I wouldn't get too many people.
Well, yeah, because like you meditate, right? So your body enters like a state of relaxation, and sometimes things just happen, and it's normal. It's very natural, but I do have to kind of sort of put a stop to that.
I don't think I want to wait in your spring. I just am concerned about the things that happen there.
No, it's very clean. It's very clean. It's the reason why we have guardians and watchers. Although I mean, like I am gone. I assume they appointed someone new.
You're gonna go back and there's gonna be so much poop in your spring.
I really hope not. I really no. There's no way our leader would not let that happen. Um,
I've just seen a war band when they get to a river, and it's not a good sight.
oh no. I mean, okay, so like you see how I have like maybe a bit of magical presence to me, not a lot, but like kind of inherently interesting things that I can do. Okay, so if you took that and multiplied that by a factor of mortality itself, you would get our leader. Crazy amounts of magic and interesting things that she can do.
Well, I'm glad that she is putting all of that power to use, preventing the defilation of the spring?
Well, the defiling of just kind of the general area around it. It is good to kind of respect your surroundings and your nature. It was here before all of us, and it will be here after.
She gets this look on her face like she's got more questions and is absolutely not asking them. Well, interesting. It's a nice night out. Lots of stars. You could look at if you want to look at the stars. I could watch by myself for a minute while you looked at the stars.
Well, there will be time. I'd like to learn to, do this, and I think you're a really good teacher.
I'm gonna learn to be defensive.
Well, yeah. I've been wounded, quite a lot since leaving. A lot less so because I'm with you guys, but a lot more than I ever have before, and it's not fun.
It's okay. Chicks dig scars, so as long as everything heals up fine. But yeah, it's really I would say it's not unlike watching the spring, in that the most important thing is to be aware of what's happening around you.
Okay.
And if you see someone acting in a concerning fashion, then you pay extra attention to them. Or if they get too close, pay extra attention. Things like that.
Okay. I think I can do that. And can we make what would it be, like an awareness roll for our watch?
Yep. Absolutely.
Hey.
You see no issues. You see absolutely no problems.
But I'm guessing
Evidence.
those are not successes.
No, they're not.
No. I think we're
There's
doing
no
good.
problems.
Yeah.
And then, I think we'll just kind of keep going until we have to tag out the other two ladies.
I will try and show her some defensive moves and see how that goes. But I'm not used to sparring with gentler folk, so it probably gets accidentally a little bit rough, and it's like, oh yeah, just sorry.
Yeah, you see, like, she has a spear, but like, like barely knows how to like hold it. It's like I
accidentally knock it out of her hands all the way across the cave, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That came really close to Muriel's thigh. You don't want to.
She's fine.
I mean, she's probably a lot like rougher than I am. Probably more accustomed to rougher handlings.
I mean, she did say she lived in a cave, which surprises me because she seems very fancy in other ways, but she did say she lived in a cave, so maybe.
I think it's like cave-based systems. Yeah, I've never been to the Mirkwood myself.
System?
Yeah, like caves that lead into other caves, tunnel systems and stuff like that. I've heard of the Mirkwood, but I've never actually been.
So okay. Yeah, caves. Yes.
Caves, yeah.
Definitely a lot of caves, some connected.
Yes.
We have some of that here in the mountains for sure. They're mostly like this one's fairly dry. It's better than most caves, I would say. There's nothing else has been living in here recently. There's no odor, like a nest. So I assume that perhaps they're more like those kind of caves. But I don't know. I've never been there. I just can't imagine Muriel living in a cave where, say, bear had once had a nest.
it would be the nicest looking cave in all of the cave systems for sure.
I feel like she would be sensitive to the smell. It's not a good smell if you've ever come across a cave with a bear in it.
I haven't.
It smells really bad when it's a yeah. So, but this one's not bad. So, hopefully she feels comfortable.
I mean, well, yeah, I guess like, she seems to be, quite enamored. Is that the right word to use? Like you guys hang out a lot, is what I'm saying. So you might have a
I'm
chance.
sorry, are we still talking about the cave? I'm confused.
No, I don't think that you're enamored with the cave.
No, I'm not. You talk like Muriel.
No, I mean like you and Muriel tend to hang out. Like I mean like all of us hang out, but you guys tend to
you and Phelan, so that leaves us, and we get along well.
Yeah, exactly. It's there's like a pairs thing going on, which is good. I like that we have this opportunity to hang out.
I'm starting to feel like you didn't want me on your watch again. That you say it like that.
No. Like I said, that like this is why I wanted you or Muriel on the watch, is because I feel like I don't get to hang out, like do some one-on-one time with you guys as much.
It's nice to spend time with you too.
Thanks. Should we get the girls up? We do want to get our rest.
Yeah, I'm looking at the moon, and it does seem to be about halfway through the evening, so I will go wake up the next crew.
Just kind of come over and like gently, hey guys, I think it's...
Hey, it's time for your watch.
Oh.
Cool. Okay. No trouble?
Nah, nothing really. We didn't see anything, actually.
Right.
Really quiet.
I take out my spear that is like suspiciously close to Muriel's body, and I'm just like, nope, no problems.
Great. Okay. Good night.
Alright, sweet. Yeah. Wake me up if you need anything.
Good night.
I roll over.
Okay.
Come on, Muriel.
Good night.
Next.
So what's your bet that Zesty got too distracted by the stars to actually do a watch and look out for?
I think Aislinn would be a decent watcher, frankly. And I think that's not giving Zesty enough credit. I think she has picked up on life skills since we met.
We've never done watches before with her here, I don't think. I don't know if she would know how. I know she likes the stars.
Interesting.
They're nice. Maybe we could look at them.
I don't know anything about stars outside of navigational purposes. It's never occurred to me to think that they're pretty.
Well, they are. They're pretty. I mean, I don't get to see them very much, living in the Magwood.
Right, because you're in a cave.
They have us. Yeah. So, some people hear that you live in caves and they think we're like cavemen, but the king and the prince both live there. They're very fancy caves.
Oh, I'm
very
sure.
Nice.
I'm sure.
Much nicer than it's like think about the nicest cave you've ever seen, and then times that by 100, and that is how fancy those caves are. Very nice. They're very pretty.
So the nicest cave I've ever seen is probably this one right now, because there's no animals in it trying to hurt me. So 100 times nicer than this cave.
Yes.
Sounds big.
It is. It's ginormous. Yes, it's quite large. Very large cave system. Well, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys it sometime. I know we're probably going to be gesturing. I was not going to say gesturing. We're probably going to be going. I was going to say another word. I don't remember what I was going to say. We're going to be going to Zesty's hometown at some point, and we've already been in Rohan's, so I believe we're from around the same place, so perhaps we could take the whole group
think
and go on
we're
a little
from-
tour.
I think we're from opposite sides of the Mirkwood.
But it's like around the same place.
Absolutely opposite sides of the Mirkwood. And Mirkwood
Yeah,
is
but like,
fucking big.
I mean, if we travel to one, it's like on the way to the other.
Well, we can 100% go to your home in Mirkwood because I have absolutely no interest or desire to go back to my home village.
Okay, well, we don't have to. I was just making a suggestion. I thought that could be fun.
There's
but,
nothing
like,
for you to see.
No, like, exciting things. No, like, fun hometown tour.
It's just fighting off spiders.
I really don't like spiders.
Well, when... You know, I used to not like spiders on account of how they killed my mom, but I've gotten used to them over time, so
That's rough, buddy.
it's really just
Yeah.
a perspective shift, right? Like, you know, something could kill you at any moment, right? So, well, who's to say it's a spider versus a wolf? You know?
I mean,
Or an orc, or a troll,
I don't really think about
or...
that much, you know? I kind of feel like I'm gonna live forever.
Well, you kind of are, because you're an elf.
Dying is not really not. Yeah. As long as I don't die. I can die in battle still. It's not as likely. I don't see very many battles. I'm not like in the army or anything. Yeah.
Well, we'll do our best. I do
Yes,
hope you
that's
find
the
it
goal.
worth it. I would hate for you to die when you otherwise could live forever.
Yeah, that would really, really suck. Yeah.
And that almost
We don't
happened
like that.
already. I'm glad you and
Well, I
Zesty
mean, I almost
took
died.
care of it.
I believe that Zesty and Aislinn almost died, and no, it wasn't Zesty. It was you and Aislinn, and Zesty and I were like, pow, and then we killed them, and then we all survived.
Right,
That was
yeah.
pretty grand. Yeah. I don't know. I think I prefer to talk through disputes more than using my fists, especially. If I have to use a bow, I will, but I don't really like close combat. Seems very dirty. Not fun.
I mean, that's true. There's blood and dirt and bodily fluids.
And that sounds really unpleasant. I don't know. I really prefer to, like, you know, talk my way out of problems. That tends to work for me.
You can't talk your way out of spiders, though, or wolves, or trolls.
No, you can't. Yeah.
So,
That's why
But-
we have you. You're great at that. Zesty and I, you know, we like our bows. We will fight close when we need to, but you know, if we can use our bows, that is our preferred weapon. I even have a really nice bow. You know, it's made in an anvil way. It's like a wood elven fancy bow. It makes me do things faster. It's just a really nice bow, and I really like my bow. And you and Aislinn are very good at the close-up combat stuff.
well, yeah, except for the time when we almost died that we already talked
Yeah,
about.
except for that time. That time was really rough. Yeah.
You know, I hope when we do die, we won't have to see what happens to you all, because I don't know how I could handle any sort of afterlife knowing that my death then made you and Zesty die as well, when you don't even have to die normally.
Yeah, people who have elven blood don't have to die normally. It's true. But hopefully, you know, Zesty's a really good healer. So if you weren't like, you know, like nobody slit your throat or anything, then we probably could heal you if you went down, you know, got unconscious or something. We could just, like, you know, do a little bit of healing things.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what we did last time when that
Yeah.
happened. And it worked out. I mean, you're here.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I know
So
some natural remedies as well. Would you like to see the healing herbs
Sure.
that I have so that you can identify them if, God forbid, something were to happen to me? I guess not God, because, but,
God's plural. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I will. I would love to see your healing herbs.
All right, we'll go through a plant lesson, and let's go ahead and roll our awareness, I guess.
Ooh.
Well, someone's keeping an eye out at least.
Fastest eyes in the
caves.
West.
Okay, yeah, but Violet, you do have a success, the only one of the side, apparently.
Congratulations.
For the awareness checks. However, everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Okay, so we know everything's fine because it is a success. Okay, good.
I mean, we thought everything was fine.
Everything looks fine to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, plants sound fun. I don't know much about plants.
Yeah, I guess growing up in a cave, you probably don't have a lot of plant growth, except for
We have
moss.
some moss. Yeah. But not really healing plants.
I presume you learned, since you have moss, that moss, if clean enough, can be used to cover wounds.
Yeah, it can use as like a bandage, but it doesn't like have any healing properties.
No, but it's good in a pinch.
Yeah, you need
And
it.
here's some
But
other
we
herbs.
normally
Kayla
have-
doesn't know anything about healing herbs, so,
Yeah. Those look very nice. Those are very nice herbs. Normally we have like bandages though, so we don't have to resort to using moss. But if we had to in a pinch and there were no bandages, yes, I suppose.
Never hurts to be prepared. Everything can be destroyed in a second.
That's really depressing. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. That's just how I live my life.
That was so fucking convincing.
I mean, that's.
I didn't grow up with a lot of stuff, so, that's part of how I understand. I'm aware you did, yes.
God,
That's
I
part
can't
of why
relate because of all the stuff I grew up
I
with.
know. That's why I know so much about the plants. All that and my mom taught it to me. But because it was always available. Before the spider, obviously. But yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had like medicine and like bandages, potions, things like that. Magic. No herbs. I don't think. I never really learned anything about herbs.
Well, we're in a forest now, so just keep it in mind in case you need it.
Yeah, I learned more about like maps and like courtesy and how to speak to other nobles. That was more of my like schooling. They taught us like the maps and things. That's why I'm really good at traveling. They taught us, athletic
cool.
things. They taught us
I don't
speech.
know if I had any formal schooling now that I think about it. I'm not even sure if I can read, honestly.
Well,
anyway,
I mean,
it's almost morning.
I definitely can. Yeah,
Congratulations! I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I mean, reading is a really fun like side hobby to do when you're bored. Writing too. You like write a story, come up with something. One day after we go on our grand adventures, I can write an autobiography about our grand adventures, and it will sell so much money.
Well, I guess someone's got to do it, so I'm sure the story would be very entertaining.
Yes.
Anyway, I think it's morning, so
Yes, lovely. Yeah, let's wake people up.
let's get moving.
Let's wake up.
That's a very effective method of waking people up.
Yes.
Hey,
No, I'm like,
it's
Good, just
like I'm
like
not a pretty sleeper. I'm just passed out.
she's
Get
she's
upstairs.
like body pillow hugging her
Aw.
spear, and is like, oh, are we good?
Yes. We are safe. I did not poke my spear at anyone while they were sleeping. And everything is good. Do you want to help wake Ace? She seems really asleep. I don't want to like disturb her.
No, I got this. Like right in front of her. Everything's
Time to get up.
fine.
Time to get up.
Everything's fine.
Cool.
Just
Good, good.
wanted to make sure you heard us.
All right, cool. Thanks. Sometimes I sleep and I'm really asleep. Yeah, no, I'm good. Cool. Thanks. You guys-
I like wrap my arms around Muriel, and I'm just like, I need to learn like forwardness somewhere in the middle of how Aislinn woke you guys up and how Phelan woke Aislinn up.
I start like I'm just I'm packing up my bedroll, putting out the fire. Like,
Yeah, I feel like they wake each other up a lot different than we wake each other up.
Mm,
It's a lot louder, more unpleasant.
it's
That's
definitely
those two characters in a nutshell. More unpleasant.
and louder.
louder.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a more effective wake up technique if, we needed to wake up quickly. But because we don't, I feel like maybe like a bit of subtlety.
Yeah, it was just really unpleasant being yelled to wake, earlier. And also, why was your spear right next to me when I woke up?
Oh, Aislinn and I were sparring, and I don't have a really good grip just yet. And so it got knocked out of my hand because Aislinn, she's like really, really good.
Yeah, she is really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had it under control the it was deflected, never any real danger.
It was like really close
sure.
to my leg.
But it wasn't in your
I don't think it would have impaled you at the speed it
It's
was dropped. That would have to be like a pretty freak angle.
Yeah,
For a
I don't
spear,
know.
right?
You'd have to really that's not the kind of thing you could do by accident, right? Like it's you have to be very
Well, I mean, I feel like when things are sharp, you can hurt people by accident.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying, you could cut somebody, but you weren't going to die or anything. You were never in any real
I think
danger.
I was going to die.
Okay, you
If
seem
I thought
concerned.
I was going to die, I wouldn't have slept with you all watching.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew that you were never in any danger of real harm. It's just
I could have gotten like cut or something. You guys.
And then we'll
Aw.
bandage you and move on.
That's how
Um,
people learn things. They sometimes get bruises and cuts and things. It's part of
Yeah,
learning.
I just think that's really.
And sometimes the bruises and cuts are on other people. It's just also part of learning.
out in
I
the
didn't want you to get hurt, but it was never going to be a big deal. I'm sure Zesty is very sorry.
Oh,
No,
yes.
I wasn't mad at Dusty. I was asking.
Well,
I was curious.
I mean, like if I had a better grip on it, I guess it wouldn't have gotten knocked out of my hand.
Well, and see, now we know. We've
Well,
learned.
so Aislinn knocked it out of your hand in my direction. Aislinn, why did you knock it out of her hand in my direction? We were
Have you ever knocked
sleeping.
a
We couldn't
spear?
defend ourselves.
Have you ever knocked a spear out of someone's hand?
GM question.
Yes.
Out in the forest, is there like a thin vine or something that I could find?
Yeah, I
And
believe so.
try and craft kind of like a grip type thing that I could wrap around my hand and attach to my spear.
I am quite sure you all have ropes in your backpacks.
Oh yeah.
That'll work. We can make like a Wiimote, like...
May I attempt to craft a grip?
Sure. Roll me craft.
Bwam. Oh my god.
Whoa! You made the best.
It's perfect.
So cool looking. Oh my god.
I just kind of go, wait, I have an idea. Pulls her backpack out, takes like the perfect amount of rope, and just starts like immediately crafting this grip. And you can see that like she'll actually, as she's done, is Aislinn paying attention to Zastari at all?
Yes.
Okay. She's like, okay. And then thrusts out towards Aislinn. It is going to come about maybe 4 inches away from her. And it stops because of the grip. And goes,
I absolutely respond and try and knock it aside. Like I'm like, oh shit, we're doing this. Okay, cool. And I will dodge the attack.
do we do an opposed roll?
As to whether
An opposed sparring roll?
Is there a sparring?
as to like whether or not yet. Okay. I don't know. I guess
If you're trying to spar with each other, you both roll for your weapon attacks and we see if it hits. I'm guessing you're gonna be both in forward in that case.
Yeah. Because we're the only 2 combatants.
Ooh, 19.
I
God.
roll real well with my sword.
And a
Oh,
So with that, I will say sneakily assume that Anara did manage to win that one.
So I like knocked the spear aside
By
like even
fucking
more
far.
aggressively than before, but this time it does not go too far and does not hit Muriel because you have a nice grip now. So the rope prevents it from becoming a danger.
she's way too happy about like the initial moment
Yeah.
that you like knock it to the side and she just kind of falls on her ass and is like, fair enough.
Here, let me help you up.
Thanks.
Don't do that without warning. I might. It's all reflex at this point. I've been doing this like 4 years.
No, that's
Isn't
fair.
a long time, but it's a long time because I'm not very old.
I wanted to surprise you by being like I did a thing, but like
I was
fair enough.
surprised. I was surprised. I was. So good job.
Thanks. We should keep going.
We should keep going.
All right, ladies, into the woods. Let's go.
Oh, for one, we will be trying to continue the adventure.
I would
Yeah.
love to continue the adventure.
We're gonna continue the adventure.
That's a change of pace.
I know, right?
I'm not used to that. We're only 1 hour into the episode.
Into the woods to
Hey,
find
and
some orcs who
that's
finish
wedding.
eating stupid dorks.
Yeah, you love
I mean, listen. It's only been an hour and we're already back to the adventure. How did that
Amazing.
happen?
I mean, I feel like that's actually good for us. I feel like only an hour.
Mhm.
That's because there's no opportunity to shop in the middle of the woods.
Or
Yeah.
And there's no
Right.
weddings. We have not found a wedding.
Yeah, no weddings in the
Hey,
middle
y'all.
of the woods. Shopping.
Welcome to the fair ladies of Middle Earth, where the detour is the road.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
I
mean,
mean, is the adventure what happens on the way to the adventure? You know, I
I
feel
hear
like
the friends you make.
listen.
What's the?
It's still set in the Lord of the Rings world. The adventure is mostly traveling.
It's mostly just a lot of words that don't really mean much of anything that could have been concisely stated in a much better way. Anyway, we're going.
do you want us to will travel? For where we're
No,
going?
don't worry. There is still a road, and it's not a bad place to travel through, so you're fine. I need to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so after a few hours, you do arrive at the second village, which looks about as well as the previous one, minus maybe the orc attack. So it has been burned down, which, as you remember from the last one, is what the riders did. However, it does not seem to be yet rebuilt, and basically seems to be empty though you do hear a dog barking in the distance. You could roll me awareness or search.
Let's see, which am I better at?
Can I make the argument to roll hunting?
Nope.
Okay.
You may make the argument,
Oh, I got another
but you
30.
may deny it.
What was it? Awareness or search? All right.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Phelan finds absolutely nothing. Neither does Zestari and Violet, though Anara with that Gandalf gets an automatic
Yay.
success. Anara, you find among the ruins a child. It's about 8
What
years
now?
old. A child. And it's alive. It's about 8 years old with scruffy dark hair and tattered clothing, and it's trying to hide behind a pile of freshly cut timber.
I
It's also
found
very, very
something.
clearly terrified.
I found something.
Oh,
Something.
A bad something or a good something? Do I need to come armed?
I think it's a kid. I don't think you should stab.
it's a
Okay.
like a child.
You find a
Okay.
scared kid. Guys, I found something. Should I command?
Well,
Muriel is gonna come directly to Aislin's aid and look at the child.
The child looks very, very frightened.
Oh.
Okay, she's gonna get on her knees and like down to the kid's level, and be like, "Hey, do you speak the common tongue?"
Roll me. Jesus, what would be best for showing that you're not threatening? It's an important one. I would say you can choose between courtesy and persuade.
Well, I have 3 in both. Persuade is underlined though, so I'll do that one.
Yeah, that would not be a success unless you do something about it.
I'll spend a point on it.
Okay, you spend a hope point. With that, you will have a success. I'm
Persuade,
imagining.
yeah, that makes it a 19. By the way.
Okay. So yeah, the child does calm down a bit. So it will talk to you. And you can notice that the kid speaks using a stilted form of the common speech. His name is Monon, and he was hiding in the swamp with his family when the raiders attacked. But they returned to the village when his mother became ill a few days ago. And unfortunately, the village wise woman, their best healer, was nowhere to be found. So his father is now away fishing and gathering firewood and herbs, and his mother is resting in what remains of their house.
Okay, well, I know some pretty good healers here as well in my party, so perhaps they might be able to help you, Mum. Yeah, she's gonna like look over at Phelan and Zesty and be like, perhaps they might be able to help the mom. Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes, of course. Hi there. My name is Astari. My friends. We're trying to stop all of this. We don't want to harm.
He nods and he will lead you to his house, which is in a better shape than most houses around here. It's still standing and it's not as badly burned as most of the houses around, and its timbers are carved with spirals, swirling patterns, and images of basically every kind of water bird. And once you enter inside, you can see there is the kid's mother, pale and quite feverish. She's thin, dark-haired, and well, yeah, she smiles, seeing you, lost in what you all can notice is basically delirium.
Oh.
And she only says, "Have you brought my daughter back to me? The woodkin lured her away with trinkets and deceits. Poor playful girl."
The who?
Her
Can you
daughter.
repeat
We have
that,
her son.
Ladybug?
We don't have her daughter.
Let me put it in chat so that it's easier for you to... Jesus Christ, let me copy paste this shit. I'm sorry, technology that prefers to hate me sometimes.
Same.
The Woodkin.
What's a woodkin?
Who
I know what
are
a
the
woodkin is?
Woodkin?
So, the boy that you found will mention that his little sister was stolen by the Woodkin the night before, when everyone was asleep. He says they are known to come and steal children, keeping them alive for reasons nobody knows. And if you ask a few more questions, it seems that what they mean by Woodkin is goblins or orcs.
Oh dear. We did see orcs
Never
with
read
children, didn't we? At one point.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't remember
I
there
think
being children. I
so.
remember seeing boards. I mean, there might have been children. I don't have the best memory.
Do we have any idea of whether he's referring? Like, does he speak of the size of them? Of whether they refer to
No, he just
goblins?
calls them Woodkin. And also, there's not much size difference between orcs and goblins here. It's okay. There is a bed, but not as noticeable. Really, it's mostly orcs are a bit higher ranking than goblins, but size-wise, they are similar.
Do you know which way or which direction these Woodkin came from or went to?
He doesn't know, and he's currently quite busy being worried about his mother, who's
Yeah. I'd like to look
very,
at that.
very ill.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's
after
take a
we
look.
To the stage of delirious.
for tracks.
Can we do some sort of version of a medicine check to check?
I
see
believe
what-
there is a skill called healing.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's do that.
Except I don't know anything.
I only have
Again.
one healing. I can try though.
If that is not a success, I may
Oh!
bump it to 1.
I knew something.
Nice.
Yeah, Muriel
I
decided to roll.
remembered some things from the lesson I
Got
got.
the herb. Yeah.
I taught that to you!
Back. Yes, Muriel just rolled an equivalent of a fucking critical success with having only a d12 and 1d6 and throwing a Gandalf and a 6. Which
I'm
Jesus
so
Christ,
proud.
beyond that.
That's incredibly well done.
Mm-hmm. So, Muriel, you do realize that she is quite sick, actually, but you also know that you are able to help her. You are able to put together herbs that should be able to help her.
Okay, awesome. Well, I am very new at this healing thing, but it appears that the herbs that Phelan showed me last night are working, and they should help you up.
The first lesson happened to be this exact thing.
I know!
The first
So
thing
convenient! The whole conversation about dead moms and healing. Look at us go. It all came back around.
If only I had known this when my mom lit. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Well, this
I'm
mom
guessing-
shall not die this day.
So I'm guessing you do make the medicine and then give it to her so that she can start
Yes,
getting better.
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll probably leave some for them to give to her over the next few days, because it's still gonna take a few days for her to get healed fully. But she'll get there over time.
Yay. Good. I think Phelan would have lost it if this kid's mom had died in front of
Oh God.
him. But
His stoic demeanor is
I was
just
like, well, it's time for the darkness. Do we see any sort of orc tracks that would show us where they've dragged the sister off to?
So as it was said, she was lured away. So you are
Oh.
trying to look for footsteps in a village that has been burned down by the raiders.
Yes, correct.
Footsteps in a village that was lived in and then burned down by the raiders who had to walk around to burn it all.
Well,
And you're trying to find
Okay.
footsteps of a small child who was
maybe this would
lured
be a
away
good moment to
before
speak to the
raiders.
trees.
I would say maybe let me speak for a second,
Okay.
because
sorry.
as you are busy healing the mother, about an hour after you arrives somebody else.
Is it the dad or is it somebody nefarious? Oh, it is the dad. Okay, good.
So yes, about an hour after you arrive, there comes a short, wiry fisherman. At first, he was angry and kind of scared to see you, especially when he saw Aizen. But seeing that you've actually helped his wife, he gets a bit more at ease. He looks over at you, looks at all of you, and then goes directly and then speaks directly to Phelan. So,
me?
what are you doing here?
What are we doing here? Muriel, what are we doing here?
Well, we have been sent to try and broker peace and make things far less like they have, and the raids, and hopefully, help out anyone we can along the way. It seems as though
You really want to stop the raiders from burning down innocent villages?
Yes.
yes, that is
Yes.
that's the plan. Yes.
Because you see, sure, there is a group of rebels that do rebel against the raiders. Though, funnily enough, they don't live in any of the villages that have been burned down.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate, and we are really trying our best to stop this from happening. And we found your son when we were looking through the villages, and he brought us to your wife here. And so I made a medicine for her, and it seems like she's stabilized. She's doing a little better. So we're just here to help.
Okay, so I might as well tell you everything, because you will probably fucking need it. Okay, so the rebels you're looking for, well, at least the raiders are looking for, they call themselves the Iron Folk, and they have that fun tendency of exacting a tribute of food and gold from the villagers here in the Red Moor. Most of the villagers pay the tribute, so as to be protected by them. They are basically a group of warriors, nothing more than that. And the villagers are supposed to be protected by a chief of the Iron Folk and his men. And I believe each chief of the Iron Folk answers to the High Chieftain, who sits in their fortified village of Trefa, I believe. This village was supposed to be protected by them too, under the command of one they call Guten the Stinger. However, somehow when the raiders attacked, Guten and his men decided that their tribute was not high enough for him to risk his or his warriors' lives, so they left without offering battle. So yeah, there you have it.
That is very unfortunate. I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, we will definitely work our best to.
I will tell you what, you find my daughter and bring her home, I will be able to give you directions to that village of those fucking Iron Folk.
Yeah,
We can try.
As well, we will try to find your daughter. As I said, we have been trying to, help along innocents along the way. We have succeeded one rescue mission before, just a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, we could try.
It's true. We pulled a girl out of a bag.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what I know, she was taken by goblins. They came in the middle of the night, because they never come during the day, of course. I know they have a hideout in the Great Black Woods. It's about 20 miles from the village that away. There is no paths, so they may not have made it home in the same night. They probably hid in some caves along the way. But yeah, go that way and you should be able to find them.
Great. Let's do that.
A couple of clarification things for notes purposes.
Yes.
Guten the singer was supposed to look after the village, but he fled like a bitch.
Yes.
Cool. Each chief of the Iron Folk answers to the High Chief, who sits in the village of what?
Krefa.
Krefa.
Trefa.
Beautiful. Everything else I've got down.
And he didn't flee like a bitch. He just decided that the tribute they were paying him was not high enough for him to risk his neck.
So he fled like a bitch.
Yeah.
This is not Zesty saying this. This is Kira saying
Yeah.
he punked out like a bitch.
He did.
Yeah, okay, so 100%, we will get your daughter back.
We will try our best to get your daughter back. Don't make promises.
Assuming that your daughter is alive when we get there, we will do our best to maintain her livelihood and return her to you post haste.
That
And if
is
not, we'll
more
try and
accurate.
bring back the body.
You have to hear that. Once you bring her back, I will tell you how to find the Iron Folk and their base of operations. Maybe you'll manage to do something about them, because so far there have been trouble mostly. As you
We
noticed.
would love to do something about them.
Because they cause the trouble, we pay the price. Isn't that fun?
Peace good, revenge bad.
I agree that peace is good and revenge is bad.
All right, well then let's go bring peace to...
So I assume you want to go look for the goblins first.
Yes. Oh wait.
Yeah.
What's his name, sir? So when we find her, she'll know we come in peace.
I will put that name in chat, because if I tell you, you will not fucking
Love it.
Yes,
Given
my
that
daughter, Mef.
Oh my goodness.
What the
Mirwin.
fuck?
Mirwin.
Mirwin. Mirwin. Yeah, Mirwin.
Meow.
Mirwin. Yeah.
Mirwin?
Yeah, but if I said Mirwin, you would have no fucking clue how to write it down, so...
No, it's spelled all
that's-
kinds of sucky, but
That's the daughter's name? Mirwin?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Muriel and Phelan's name mashed.
It does
together.
kind of.
so if Muriel and Phelan had a baby, it would be Mirwin.
Yes.
This is the official Muriel and Phelan ship name.
Who is
Oh,
shipping
shit.
Muriel and Phelan? No one is shipping Muriel.
Look, are we even having a show if there's not a non-canon ship? Like,
Oh my God.
Look,
I taught you some very excellent healing last night, so I'm just saying we make
You did.
an
It's
okay
possible
team.
to read later. You never know.
your first mistake was assuming that this is not a polycule in the making.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean, there's that.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
when
and we have the
go-
dad's name. Excellent.
And
Yes,
so,
yeah.
go,
Someone write that down. Write that
go
down.
on our merry way to help her.
Okay, so if you want to go look for the goblins,
Yes.
I would like people to roll me hunting, and this is gonna be a prolonged action, so we need 5 successful rolls.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Eh.
Okay. I don't know what the
Uh,
DC is, but that could be okay.
Yeah, what is the
Zesty, we need a bit more, but if you do a bit more, you gain 2 successes.
I will do a bit more. And that will
Queen of
bring
spending hope over there.
that will bring it up to 18.
Okay, each of you can make 1 more roll this day. We need 3 more successes. Nope.
Not me.
That's an automatic success because it's a Gandalf. And we have 1 from Phelan. Actually, 2 from Phelan. Great! You managed to get all the successes you needed
Oh, and Kayla
in
was
one
like,
day. Which is a
Perfect.
good thing, depending on how you look at it, of course. So, you did manage to track the goblins to the hollow of a hillside. And yes, so basically you find them in a cave in the hillside, and there is a large stone slab that has been pushed into place from the inside to bar the only opening. Because, well, they don't like sunlight. But the tracks do come up to the cave with that slab put in place.
oh, we move the slab then?
Well, okay, so I assume, right, these are the kind of creatures that you're talking about that are like, they can't be reasoned with or talked to.
I
These
mean,
are creatures of utter darkness and must be destroyed kind of thing.
DM, is this true?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, that is the way they are. Yes.
if
Okay, so what if they come out they mostly come out at night mostly. Um so
Uh,
what if we just waited for them in the night and then like, we'd have to jump on them.
what time is it now?
So right now I'd say it's starting to be closer to evening. But it's still about an hour or two before they actually come out.
I mean, we could wait out the hour or
Ace,
two because we're going to make a lot of noise if we move that slab.
right. But I mean, if like Aislinn and Phelan moved it and we were ready with our bows.
We could? Yeah, well, that's also assuming that they're standing right on the other side of the slab.
Well, not necessarily right on the other side, but like, I mean, in view. I mean,
Within shooting distance for...
No, yeah. Shooting distance is pretty far.
I
And
assume
also-
they're sleeping since it's daytime.
maybe we should go in and stab them in their sleep.
Yeah, can we
That's-
try to stealthily move the rock? Like, can we roll stealth and like try to move the rock like quietly?
How do you want to move a rock slab silently?
Not silently, stealthily.
You-
Like, try and move it quietly.
Can
not
Do you
the
have any
slab...
lubrication herbs?
Darling, it's a slab of fucking rock.
Well,
Can the
what if
slab-
we did it real
Cave.
slow and real quiet?
Using the strength of 4 people, can the slab be lifted?
Seeing that it has been put in place from the inside of the cave, not the outside.
We're not
Really,
opening
no.
this thing without alerting everybody that we're here.
Nope.
So
I mean, we
Is
could
that
just
slab
wait out
has
here
been-
for them to come
That
out. all
slab
of
has been
us.
put in place from the inside of the cave.
okay, so we can either go in and it would be a fight, but we get the girl sooner, or if we have reason to believe that she would be safe for another hour or two, we could wait. I mean, they're probably sleeping, so she probably wouldn't be harmed while
She-
they're asleep.
Could already be dead. I mean, it
Well, she could already be.
seems
That's
like
true.
the
That's true.
way.
Yeah.
But
But then it doesn't matter anyway.
right, yeah. So, I mean, if we do wait outside, we could be at the ready and be stealthy and like do a little bit of a sneak attack action sort of thing, like Zesty suggested.
Yeah.
Sure.
So basically, you decide to wait until they come out and make an ambush.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna ambush them.
I'm gonna climb a tree and get like an aerial vantage point.
Oh, that's so smart! I want to do that too. Is there any trees? Are there trees? Can we climb?
It's a forest. I assume
Yeah.
so.
Honey, darling, sweetie, it's a fucking forest. Yes, there's trees.
Muriel's unfamiliar with trees.
Uh-huh. She's from caves. She doesn't know what plants
Probably
are.
caves.
All there is in Miracle is fucking trees.
They don't
Also-
get out much
It's
from the
not
caves.
Muriel who asked the question. It's Violet. Okay, y'all are being ableist right now.
Also, Violet.
It's funnier if it was Muriel though, and we're gonna choose the funniest option.
Here's another reason, Violet, that we should stay in the woods. We do our checks as if they're favored when we're in the
We
woods.
do? Oh yeah. Hold on.
Or if
Because
it's
we're
after dark,
elves.
I believe.
Let's see here. When an elf of Mirkwood is inside a forest or under earth or it's night, all of their attribute bonus are based on their favored rating on all rolls. Oh, sick! I didn't know that.
So it would also work if you were in the cave, and it will also work since it's gonna be after nightfall before they come out.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So so that means if we spend hope, then we get the bottom like smaller bonus no matter what instead
Yep.
of the big. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
So we could even change like really poor rolls into successes. depending
We're
on the
badasses in the woods and at night.
And in caves.
And in caves.
I love a good cave.
We know. We know.
Yeah, you may have mentioned it already today. Today.
Once or twice.
Anyway,
I want track finder.
so you're waiting for them to come out, and surely enough, they do eventually. When night falls, you see the stab fall inward, and you see the goblins file warily out. Two of them carry the girl tied to a stick between them. And well, I believe we need to do a bit of a change of a map.
Aha!
Does the girl appear to be alive?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot
Yeah,
of them.
the girl is very much alive and whimpering and not very happy. And also, darlings, position yourselves when you want to start combat from. And I'm making sure it's
Leave Zesty and I are already
visible.
in the right spot.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, so that's about as many goblins as you can see. I will show them to you now, because I can. So first off, the smallest ones in the back are the archers, and they look a little tiny bit like this.
Nice.
So those were the archers.
Oh, look
And
at them
then
little
we
tinies.
have then the slightly bigger ones. That's also 4 of them. Well, they are actually orcs.
Oh, yep.
And then the biggest guy, the one in the fucking middle, looks a little bit like this.
Oh, he's got a big sword.
Oh, yeah.
And don't they all look friendly?
That is my dude, Big Chungus.
And I need to
So you're
open
gonna
myself some character
focus
sheets because I will need
fire.
them. I haven't done combat in this game for a fucking while. Oh,
Yeah, I have no idea.
Anyway, since you made the ambush, you are first off, you will be acting first, and you may want to get your HP on your character sheets or tokens up to max because you're at max right now.
Where is
Now, question for you,
okay, yeah.
because I'm
Yes?
seeing the thing of opening volleys.
I was about to get there.
Okay.
Because basically, because you are ambushing them, not only do you go first in any round, there's also that small little thing that you get an additional opening volley because you kind of surprise them because you ambush them.
Okay, I also get an extra opening valley because of my.
Oh, you get 3.
bow. I'll get 3? That's so sick! Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
And okay.
So do we just roll the bow thing 3 times?
Yeah, just tell me who you aim at.
I'm
a lot
trying
of
to
targets.
look up the called shot thing.
Can we do that?
Because I know that there's a called shot thing with bows, and I'm trying to figure out where.
I think that's
it
just for
is.
regular though. I think that's different than opening volleys.
No, but you can do a called shot in the opening volley.
Yep, absolutely can.
Let's look it up.
I am just trying to find out.
Rules info. Here we go.
Because it's got the called shot rules for how to hit them, but not for what the actual called shot does.
What called shot is it? Because I can tell you, probably.
What options do I have for the bow?
It looks like the only option for bow is rain of arrows.
I'm not sure if that's the case. Just give me a second.
That's
in
just
that
the only one I
case.
see on the little chart that you made us in rules info.
Where is that one?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Rain of arrows and Pierce. Pierce said both bows and spears. That's why I missed it first.
Okay, if the pictures were like 1, 2, 3 up top and 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, which one are you looking at?
That one's the one in the combat one.
Called shots expanded. Oh yeah, Pierce and Rain of Arrows.
So basically, there's 3 things you can do in combat from the rearward stance, but those are actions, not cold shots, actually. Let me see. There was one about the cold shots from bows. I'm quite fucking sure.
Pierce, Rain of Arrows.
So I believe Pierce is that if you succeed on that cold shot, he automatically has the threat of a wound no matter what you rolled, as long as you hit. And the Rain of Arrows, I think, hits multiple targets, but I would have to find that somewhere.
Okay, so what is a T icon? Is that like a 6 on the 6?
Yeah, that's the 6 on the D6, yes.
Okay, so a called shot only hits if we get it and also roll at least 1 6.
Yes.
And if you don't roll 1 6, then even if you would succeed, that cold shot, that attack doesn't go in.
Oh, yikes.
Yep, that's the risks of the cold shot.
Let's see.
But the things you can do with it are dang good.
Yes, because if you go for the Pierce option, he will be forced into an armor test and he is at a risk of getting wounded.
Well, I mean, I guess if we have 3, we don't have to call
And
all
for
3.
most enemies, 1 wound is enough to get to take them out. Keep that in mind. So the piercing cold shot is very useful. And then the Rain of Arrows, I think, hits multiple targets. I just don't remember how many.
Okay, I'm looking at Rain of Arrows. Just pulling up Elden Ring stuff, not instead of one.
Rain of Arrows. A companion who is fighting in the rearward stance and using a bow may attempt a Rain of Arrows called shot to hit any 2 foes on the battlefield.
Yep, that works.
And then Pierce. Oh, that's pummeling.
Pierce, I remember, it's basically the fact that if you make that cold shot, he has a risk of being wounded, and if he doesn't roll armor high enough, he gets a wound, which for most enemies is enough to take them out.
Okay, awesome. Also, okay, so Kira gets 2, I get 3 because of my bow. I also have a thing on my bow that says I get to reroll 1d6 every time.
Yeah.
So even if I don't get a 6 the first time, technically I could reroll a 6 on each of those attacks too. So yeah, I mean, I feel like for opening volleys, we might as well do the cold shot since we get extra turns right now.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Do you want to go piercing and I can do a rain?
Sure. That's fine. Who do we want to attack though? Like who? Like.
I think this guy here needs to be wounded.
For sure. Okay, so the first one definitely for that guy.
For the one, the biggest one? Yeah.
The middle guy for sure. For my first opening volley.
And I will go Rain of Arrows on these 2.
Which 2 again?
It is going to be this one and this one.
Okay, so let's start with, well, you decide which one of you starts.
You want to go, Muriel, you want to go you, me, you?
Sure, yeah, I'll do the first one. Okay, neither of those is a 6, but I can re-roll 1d6 / roll d6.
Problem being that 10 also doesn't hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, but if the 4 turns 6, I don't know what it is. But yeah, no. Okay, so my first one does not hit.
No, it does not. Zesty?
Bwam.
Okay. So you have a 6, but 14 does not hit.
And am I able to spend hope to increase that?
Yes, absolutely.
Then I will spend hope to increase that. How much does that increase that by?
I think you add your body value to it
Your favored body value, because we're in a
because
forest.
it's after nightfall. Yes.
Oh, and she got that body, oddy. So that is a 22.
Woohoo!
That definitely hits. And you were doing rain of arrows. So how much damage do you do?
It is it damage plus anything, or is it just weapon damage?
So it's the weapon damage, and since you rolled a 6, it's also the damage that you have separately on your character sheet.
Cool. That is going to be 12.
That's exactly how much you needed.
Those are fucking dead. Hell yeah!
She sniped them out perfectly well.
Okay,
Ow.
awesome. All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna
Muriel,
try
I believe
again.
it's your second turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna do another try for that called shot on the pierce for the big guy. And that did not work.
Nope.
My shots are not working today, folks. Roll a d6. Still a 1. My dice are not in my favor. That Gandalf 6 success earlier today was really, really good. But now I'm just
That was it.
not in my favor, my friends. So I'm gonna say that
Okay.
that does not hit.
Zesty, do you do another cold shot or do you just shoot normally now?
No, I absolutely do another called shot.
Do you try for the other? Oh, for the archers. Okay.
Well, because the archers would then have to run into our forwards, right?
No, the archers don't go to forwards. They shoot from rearward, same as you.
Oh, yeah. Then fuck these guys. They're getting.
They stay back and shoot.
Yeah. So get the guys who are up front who are attacking our ladies.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll get the 2 that are up front.
Okay, roll me. You do not have a 6.
I
That's
don't.
so
You don't have the maiden and anvil way thing.
I don't,
Darn
unfortunately.
the bad luck.
2
So you did
5s.
shoot the arrows, but they did not land where they were supposed to. And I believe that leaves Violet with one last opening volley.
Okay, well that's an 11. Let's see what the d6 is. Well, nope. I also did not hit anything again because I just can't
So
hit anything.
sadly, that means now it's the opening volley for the archers, and they will shoot at
Did they get an opening
the
volley?
archers on the other.
Christ, that's no fair.
So first one aims at Zesty.
It's TN plus parry, right?
Yep. So 12 plus your parry.
Okay.
I don't think 13 hits you.
Does not.
And second one will also go for you. That's a natural success.
Oh, because the
Eye of Sauron,
bad
yes.
rune is good for them.
Yes, so he hits, which for one deals you 4 damage, and you also need to roll your armor to see if you don't get a wound.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because believe it or not, but Eye of Sauron is actually above his edge rating for the weapon.
Okay.
So do me an armor test.
So what do I do for the armor test again? It's been a while since combat.
On your character sheet you have a stat called armor, and
Yep.
there should be a d12 next to it to roll it. Luckily for you, you succeeded, so you do not get a wound.
Hell yeah.
Then the other 2 archers will shoot at Muriel. I don't
That
think
did not
14
hit.
hits you.
No.
And the other one.
That
And the
does-
other
Oh
one.
my god.
I am good at this today. Okay, so 4 damage to you, and roll me an armor test. Also, I think we are due for some change in the music if I have one. Yes, I do.
Does 13 pass?
Let me check. It does, barely, but it does.
Whew!
Hell yeah. Okay, so how many damage did I take from the initial thing?
4.
Okay, does that go out of endurance, correct? Is
Yep.
that our HP? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
There
that's
should
our
be.
HP.
Yep. Then there should be
Alright.
a field for
I'm doing
the
fine,
endurance
guys.
rules from.
I'm just gonna brush it off. Just brush it off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my
Shorting.
girl. That's my girl.
So, dealing with that and seeing who we have on the battlefield, I would say it's gonna go a little bit like this. And then Phelan and Aisden, please decide which one of you goes first.
Not it.
Huh?
Not it.
You said not it or got it?
Not it.
Not it. Okay.
So, Phelan, you're first.
Dang, I thought I was gonna get to do a sudden attack, but I guess they know we're here now.
Well, they've been bombarded with arrows,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Then I will just do a regular, do it. Just gonna two-handed, axe at the big guy.
Okay. That does not hit.
Yeah. I think I'd rather... Can I add a hope to that?
Yes. You add your body rating.
It's my body rating? That would put it at 18. Okay.
And 18 does hit.
Yeah. I want to have a hit. Okay.
How much damage do you do?
7.
Nice. He definitely felt that. He's not very happy about it. And that was you, so now Aislinn.
I'm a stab at the guy. I'm following Phelan's lead. God, that roll is trash, but it's okay. I'm gonna spend a hope too. And my body, it's sword is my favorite stat, so that brings it up to a 21.
That hits. Well, how much damage do you do?
5.
Okay, he's still standing, but he's not very happy about it. However, now it's their turn. So first the soldiers.
Hey.
First the soldiers. The first one goes for Aizen. I don't think 12 hits you.
Nope.
The other one goes for Phelan. 14?
Remind me, it's 12 plus...
In your case, it's 9 plus your parry.
9 plus parry. My parry's really high, though. So, let me look at... Where'd my sheet go? I lost my sheet. There it is. Okay. 9 plus 7, 16.
Okay, and then the big guy will go for Phelan because she hit him harder.
That's fair.
And
That's a-
he crit failed!
Ah,
Fuck you, big guy.
get fucked.
Yep. Okay,
You can't
so,
call on Gandalf.
I know.
so that was them. Back to archers. Zesty, Muriel, your turn.
Alrighty, I went first last
Okay.
time. You can go first this time, Zesty.
Man, I wonder if it's worth it to just do the called shot again. What's
Your choice.
what is I'm gonna get the consensus from the group. I have like 3 dice to this.
So that's a 20% chance. But with 3 dice, your odds of just straight up taking 1 out are pretty good.
That is true. So do we want to just ping the archers in the back kind of thing?
I will say, one of the archers will have to come forward if two people up front die, because like you have to have 2 people in front of you to be in the rearward stance, right?
Ooh.
So if like 2 people up front died, then one of the archers couldn't be an archer anymore.
And the forwards would be easier to hit because they have a lower target number.
2 guys at the front would have to die for the archers to
Yeah.
for some of the archers to have to come forward.
I actually like that. I like that idea.
Because basically, it's not them coming forward; it's the fact that your people in front are able to get to them.
Yeah.
Gonna go for this guy.
Which one again?
This one on the right.
Okay, shoot. 14 does not hit.
Then we will boost it again.
Oh my
You
gosh.
are spending hope
Why are
like
you guys
crazy.
careful with your hopes?
Hope. Hey, hope is a resource.
True, but it's not easily replenished.
No, but neither is a stab wound to the stomach. So
Okay, so I'm guessing if you raise it, you will meet the DC to hit him. How much damage do you do?
I deal 7 points of bow damage.
He is still standing.
What you think, Muriel? You want to kick his ass?
Take a second go at it. Sure, I'll shoot the same guy, see if I can hit him.
Hey.
That does hit.
Fuck yeah! All right,
And what's your damage?
9.
That
Oh,
kills
wow.
him.
Ah.
Fuck that guy.
In particular.
Okay, so that was those archers. Now the archers in the back will go, and they will do the same they did previously. So first 2 are going into Zesty. First one, I don't think 15 hits you.
Does not.
Okay, and the second one, we'll see if we get that same luck again. No, we do not. And then the 2 that go into Muriel. Does 19 hit you?
19. So 12 plus my parry. 19 does hit.
Okay, so that's 4 damage, and roll me your armor again, because their edge on the weapons is 10. Barely, because that's exactly how much you needed.
We need to defeat it. Woo! Okay.
And
Awesome.
that was the first one going into you, so now the second one.
All right.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So that's a crit, even if it doesn't. Because I have an 18, so I didn't know.
That is a crit because they rolled the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
So it does hit you.
So another 4, and then do
Another 4 and another armor test.
Another armor roll. Come on, armor. Oh, my armor did not. It's not. And
You
that's
are
not
wounded.
if that happens, right?
Yep, you
Well,
are wounded.
So that's probably. Can I spend hope on that?
I don't think you can spend hope on armor tests.
That's so sad. I was willing to. I'm willing to. Spend
I understand, but sadly you are wounded now.
Darn,
I believe there is
no.
a button for that on your character sheet, which
Okay, I
will
see.
make the things. I'm just putting it on right now. Being wounded also means you're weary, which is not fun because from now on you ignore all 1s, 2s, and 3s on your d6s.
That is upsetting. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Right.
imagine. Meanwhile,
Yes.
on our front line, I believe it's Phelan's turn.
We're just gonna do the same thing again. It worked out okay last time to just smack the large one. That was pretty bad.
That
I'm
did
not
not
even
hit.
gonna add hope to that. I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Okay, and in that case, Aizen?
Yeah. I'm gonna also stab at the big fucker. I look concerned, but I hit him.
Mhm.
You do? How much damage do you do?
5.
That is enough.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I see Muriel like clutch her stomach, and I'm like, nah, fuck that, and I stab him.
That actually worked. And, well, what you notice next is that the rest of the goblins flee. So those of you who have bows can try to shoot at them as they flee. Unless you're more concerned about, the well-being of your companion and the little girl that they just dropped.
No, I want to shoot at those motherfuckers. They wounded me.
Okay, go ahead.
You know
shoot.
what? I'm gonna try and called shot get 2 of them at once.
I would also like to call shot at 2 of them at once.
Okay, go for it.
Oh.
Which ones were you aiming for? Please tell me the archers.
Archers.
Okay, that actually goes in, and with the amount of damage you would do, that does take out 2 archers.
Okay, I'm gonna aim at the other 2, obviously, because the ones who were shooting at me.
That's how
And
you
it-
do it!
And you take down those 2, so there's only one of them that's actually
Damn.
managed to flee. And yes, with that, you have your goblins dealt with. There's a little girl tied to a stick lying on the ground. And also your companion seems to be wounded.
Yeah, I'm wounded,
I
guys.
will
I think
immediately go and hover, even though I can do fuck all about it because I'm terrible at medicine.
I'll attempt a healing.
Go for it.
Said it wasn't
That
a big
is it.
deal if you got cut sometimes. I didn't mean for you to go out and get cut. I mean, I don't want you to be hurt.
That is enough for the wound to be considered
Whoa.
treated. So you're no longer wounded. And you will need to take a short rest after combat kind to get rid of being weary.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that happens. But the wound will be treated, so that's good. And however, seeing the time, I think we will be finishing for today. And we will deal with the rest of it next time.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
We did things. Look, guys, we were
that
so
went a lot better
productive.
than the last combat we had.
It
Yeah.
really,
Muriel
really
may have
did.
gotten wounded, but she killed the guy who wounded her, so she's
Yeah.
up.
And I killed the big guy.
And Zesty killed everyone.
That's my girl.
Okay, I will end the recording now. So everybody watching, goodbye and see you in 2 weeks.